And back just with a quick follow-up video in regards to my TBSS install. So I literally been in the garage all day, not just dealing with that, but doing some other things. I'm really trying to get some stuff done, especially on my day off. I would really like to relax on my day off, to be honest with you, but you know, this is fun to me too, and you know, for the love of the game, for the love of the car game, that's why we do it. And so I'm just really trying to get this done so I can get my damn garage back, yo. But anyways, in regards to the TBSS intake, so unfortunately I'm not able to use the stock fuel rail that comes with the TBSS intake. So it's a returnless style, and what I was going to do is run a Corvette fuel filter with it, and just kind of do some modifications to my fuel lines and all that. So however, in doing some random research, I was looking up something totally different about the fuel filter, and comes to find out that the Corvette style fuel filter regulator, just in case you guys don't know this, is only good to about like 400 horsepower. Some people say 5, but I was reading 400 to 500, and this is multiple researches and different threads and things that I've read. It came up again and again and again and again. So I guess what happens is if you reach that threshold of maxing out that fuel filter regulator, then basically you just have some sort of fuel starvation issues, because that regulator is not boost referenced, and it doesn't run off vacuum, so it doesn't know, kind of like, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but basically it doesn't know when to add fuel or take it away or not, whatever. And the vacuum kind of helps assist with that. So that's why a lot of people just run the truck intake and fuel rail, because the regulator is right on the rail, and you know, a lot of people are getting a lot of horsepower just running off that. So you know, I mean, shoot, what's his name, Sloppy Mechanics got, you know, over 800-900 horsepower running that as well too. So well, I don't know if he ran that particular fuel rail, but anyways, but a lot of people are making a lot of horsepower just off that rail, and I have to go back to it now. So, and in order for me to do that, I have to modify the fuel rail, because the stock truck fuel rail does not fit over the intake of the Trailblazer SS. So I had to do some cutting, some modifications, apply some fittings and things like that. And I was trying to bend it, and it does not bend, y'all. I mean, I tried everything. I was trying to do it without breaking it. I have a pipe bender and all this stuff, and you know, just a cheap one from like O'Reilly's, and I rented it, and it just would not budge, y'all. I mean, I was just trying to move it just a little bit, just because I needed just a little bit more clearance, and it didn't move at all. So it's been a bitch to try to get it to work, but I think I came up with something, and you'll see it in this next clip. So I don't love it, I don't dislike it. It's not the cleanest, but it'll have to do for now, because in order for me to probably get the fuel rail to look right, and to not really right, but at least from what I've seen how people do it, I would have to weld AN bungs on there, and then from the bung you can get some fittings and then loop the fuel line over, some braided fuel line over the intake. So I don't necessarily like that, but I'm trying to see what I can do just with what I have. And I have some compression fittings, fuel fittings, and I have some whole swivel fittings. And then I'm going to connect the braided fuel line in between those and kind of see how that works. So, and you'll see in this next clip what I came up with. But and another thing I was trying to do is I was trying to keep the Schrader valve too, so I could have something to hook up to, so I can check my fuel pressure as well. So if I went the other route, then I would lose that Schrader valve, and then I would have to figure out another way to check my fuel pressure, and I don't know how to do that. So, but that's pretty much it, y'all. That's what I've pretty much been battling, and just getting some other things kind of done here and there. And right now I'm painting some car parts for the 6.0 build that I'm doing, and then I'm gonna call it a night. So anyways, check out this next clip, y'all, and then let me know what you think. If you think it looks good, it looks bad. I was really hoping for a more clean look that's why I painted the Trailblazer SS intake, the top of it blue, because it matches the rest of the scheme, the color scheme of my motor. And then I painted the bottom half black, and when I take it to shows, I was gonna just, you know, show it that way and whatnot. But I used to put the cover on it because the truck intake is ugly. But and I think this one looks a lot better. But now I don't know, y'all. I might be putting the cover back on because I don't know if I like the fuel rail or not. But let me know what you think. You think it looks good, looks bad, whatever. Any ideas you guys might have, let me know. And we'll holla at y'all, all right? Stay tuned for the next clip. Here it comes.
All right, so I've been wanting to get that painted. It was a little bit kind of like, has some surface rust on the grooves there inside here. So I had got some of this stuff here. This stuff by Krylon, Rust Tough. Basically, it's kind of like a rust fix. It applies like paint, but it also eliminates rust kind of like on the spot. So I'm painting that, and I'm going to also use that as my primer. Then I'm going to paint that orange. So that's actually for my 6.0. I'm really anal, so I got to paint my bolts too, so they match the car. Or so they match the engine as well. So I painted those as well. And let me go over here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in regards to my Caprice. So, and you guys can chime in and let me know. It's actually not too bad, but as you remember, if you looked at my previous video, the fuel rail was black. This is the truck style rails. These are just some other ones that I have. My other ones that I had on the car originally are painted, and they look a little bit nicer than this. But so the fuel rail for the TBSS rail, I think, actually went over here and over the top. So, however, it wouldn't work with my application. So I had these fittings already. These are dash 8 fittings, Earl's fittings. So I modified this rail. I already had it. This is the extra rail that I had because I was going to try to modify it anyway, but then I was going to go returnless, so that's why I said I was going to use the Corvette fuel filter regulator. Long story short, this is what I came up with. So I cut everything to fit, and I can move this side to side if I need, and then on this side I have the feed and return, and this one obviously doesn't have a return because, like I said, the truck motor that I had was returnless as well, so it came with this style fuel rail. But you know, I have my other one, so I'll probably use that one. So what I did is, these are compression fittings, and it has that little compression sleeve in the inside, so when you tighten these two together, basically it clamps down and it makes a really tight fitting, so there's no leaks. So but I had to get it on a point where it didn't bend, and these rails aren't perfectly round in some areas, so I had to do that. I don't even think this one was actually, but I had to put it in the right spot where I couldn't see light through in the inside and all that, so it was kind of tricky. So hopefully it works. And then I got to order some dash or AAM line, and I got to order that right now so I can get it by tomorrow through Amazon. And I only need a little bit, but I can buy 5 feet for like 20 bucks. So, and that way if I ever need it, I have a backup. So, and one of the reasons why I didn't want to do the weld on bungs and then just use a line from that and loop it over is because I wanted to keep the Schrader valve. And in order for me to do that for this particular one, I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to figure out another way to tie into the fuel rail to try to check my fuel pressure. So that's why, because I wanted to have a fuel gauge, pressure gauge, and that's what I tap into to check the fuel pressure. So especially with boost, man, it's definitely a must. And then over here, I'd have to like try to weld it somewhere right here or something. I don't know. I just wanted to definitely keep that valve. So I thought I'd try this first. Worst case, I have a couple backups of these rails, and then I could go the secondary route if needed. So, but I'm gonna try this first and see how it works. Like I said, I guess it's not ugly, but I don't necessarily care for it too much. But you know, it is what it is. I guess this is gonna cover it. I would like to clean this up, and that's what I'm gonna do. I got some tape from Amazon as well, this non-stick nylon tape that a guy off YouTube actually was using, and his YouTube channel is Rusty Wrenches. He's actually building a swap right now for his truck, and he uses a tape, and the tape is actually really nice, y'all. It's electrical tape, but it doesn't leave this sticky residue like this, so that's why I bought it, and I'm gonna clean all this up. So I'll try to move this somewhere so it'll fit and kind of look a little bit nicer than what it is, but I don't know, whatever. So anyways, y'all, that's kind of where I'm at with this right now. So I don't know, let me know what y'all think, if that looks good or not, or if it doesn't look bad. It's kind of just what I had to come up with for now for what I have, so see if it works. All right, I'll holla at y'all.